Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's happening, motherfuckers? Once again, it's your friend, it's your man in 100 grand, your mama's favorite side piece, and your sister's boyfriend. It's your boy Doc G. Goddamn, you know, this is another dating diary video, man. Another dating diary video. Um, at this point in life, I have become very, very adept to spotting red flags. I'm really good at spotting red flags because, you know, at this age, I look right past the physical beauty. I look straight into the character. I look straight into the character. And I actually listen to the things that women say. I listen to the things that they say. And a lot of the times, like I said before, you know, give a woman long enough to speak, give anybody long to speak, especially a female, and they'll tell on themselves. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. It's based, today I'm about to talk about that spotting red flags. And I'm gonna speak about the date that I had last night as an example. All right, so dig this, man. I was with I went out to Hollywood last night, Hollywood, Florida, went out there, took this girl on a date. She was like this light-skinned Jamaican chick. And physically she was fine. Like she had like these almond eyes, these full lips, man, these big ass titties. You know what I'm saying? Like she was that. And then she had that cute ass Jamaican accent. Shoot, y'all know what's up. So yeah, man, rolled out with her last night. Rolled out with her last night. I took her to this spot on Hollywood Beach. It was like this dope ass lounge, just like this hole in the wall spot that's like right on the beach. You know, you could get like bottles of wine up in there for the low and like good drinks and all that. And it's like a good vibe, you know what I'm saying? So I took her out there, just to get to know her better and all that good stuff. You know. And keep in mind this is my first time physically meeting her in the flesh. Of course I met this girl online from Hinge. And you know, I give her a hug, I'm like, hey, nice to meet you, all that good stuff, right? And and then we sit down, we having our drinks and all that, and it's just me and her up in there. And she gets to talking. And when she gets to talking, she literally starts speaking about her history. And when she starts speaking about her history, that's when I started noticing the red flags. So she tells me that she was fresh out of a divorce, right? She tells me she was married to a male friend of hers that she's known for 15 years. She said that she was married to a male friend that she knew for 15 years. Like he had a crush on her for since childhood, and then she finally let him get at her. And and then she was like, well, I decided to give in, and we decided to get married, blah blah. No, number one, that was red flag number one. When she said, I decided to give in to marriage. I decided to give in means that you didn't really like him. And then she was like, well, I wasn't really attracted to him like that. For real, for real. He wasn't my type. But, he was a friend of mine for 15 years. So what she basically told me, in other words, is that she really didn't like him, that she settled for him. And when you start a marriage off or a relationship in general like that, it's like you already know it's not going to end well. You know, if that's the foundation that you build marriage off of, then let me tell you something. That's you don't have the type of character that I want in a wife. And that's real. I decided to give in because he was a good guy, from what she told me. And then on top of that, she continues to speak. She continues to speak, and she was like, "Well, I wasn't really attracted to him, and throughout the years, I was hoping that he picked up the hint that I wasn't really attracted to him, and once he picked up the hint, then we decided to file for divorce." Now that was red flag number two. I'm like, okay, you're his wife. Picking up hints is not the move. That's your husband. You communicate with him. Don't be on no shit talking about, oh, he should pick up hints and all that crap. I'm like, shit like that is why men don't get married and date no more, man. Talking about you're literally married to this man. You've been married to him for 6 years, you know, talking about, well, I was hoping he would pick up the hint that I wasn't interested. Why would you think that your husband would have to pick up hints, number one? Number two, why would you marry him if he's not your type and you're not attracted to him? It's like every sentence that she spoke from there forward just made her look worse and worse and worse. And she started to look dumber and dumber and dumber with each sentence that came out of her mouth afterwards and there forward. You know what I'm saying? And so she said, "Oh well, when he found out, when he finally picked up the hint, we decided to file for divorce." So she says that, and then, on top of that, she decides to, tell me that, we up here having drinks, and she was like, and then she decides to say, I remember going out with my girls one time, blah blah blah, and we got faded, this, that, and the third. Number one, the whole going out with your girlfriends, and then on top of that, getting faded and throwing up. You're telling me this on the first date. So that's red flag number three. My fault, number 3 and 4. Not controlling your alcohol. And on top of that, motherfucking, you know, going out with your homegirls all the time. So that's 4 red flags within the first 30, 20 minutes of us talking. Like I said, you give people long enough to speak. They'll tell on themselves. Like I said, do not look at her eyes, do not look at her titties, because she has some big ones. And if I wasn't listening to her and I was just awestruck by her appearance, I would not have mentally taken note of none of that shit. And then red flag number 5. Oh, when I, this some good wine. Oh, when I get a little tipsy, I get a little freaky. Red flag number 5. Okay. She's showing whole tendencies already on the first date. That's red flag number 5. Red flag number 6. Jeez, like I said, I'm really good at spotting this from now. I mean, at this point in life, y'all really don't understand. I should be paid to motherfucking spot red flags like that, because goddamn, a lot of this she didn't even know she was telling me. But she was doing it constantly. So let me talk about red flag number 6. She's talking about ever since she got divorced, of course, she had to live on her own, and how hard it is to live on her own because she has to pay all of her bills on her own now. And she's talking about how much harder it is on her now because she has to pay all her bills, when previous to that, her husband was paying all the bills. She was one of those. She was one of those. You know what I'm saying? One of those. Oh, a man should be a provider. She was one of those type. Quick to point out how a man should provide and all of that when you wasn't even providing what that man needed as a wife. So she's talking about how hard her bills are to pay now on her own, now that she's on her own, and how she actually misses the fact that her husband paid all her bills, and how she believes a man should pay 100% of the bills, because what if a woman wants to be a stay-at-home wife? I'm like, look here, bitch. This is the 21st motherfucking century in America, where the cost of living is fucking preposterous, especially down here in Florida. Every household needs more than one income. Ain't nobody a stay-at-home mom no more. Most dudes ain't making money like that to the point where a woman could be a stay-at-home mom. And I'll let Shorty know off rip. I ain't motherfucking rich. And if you want all that craziness, if you want all this opulent living, then I'm not the fucking one for you. I ain't rich, but I ain't poor. I'm right in the middle somewhere, you know? And she talked about how hard it is to pay bills on her own and all that, and talk about some, and if I get a husband, hopefully you pay all the bills, da da da. I'm glad she told me all of this, because now I know not to fuck with her at all. Like, I don't even, like, I'm like, yeah, I can't even rock with you. Yeah, you fine, and I mean, I would love to tap that ass. I mean, no doubt, but but I'm like, yo, like, real talk. I'm like, yeah, I can't have a future with a girl like you, you know. And on top of that, when I did meet her, she started telling me, well, I have wigs that I wear wigs sometimes, so I hope that's not a problem for you, and blah blah blah. I'm like, you know how I feel about chicks with wigs. And if you feel some type of way about like wearing your natural hair like that, I'm like, yeah, I can't fuck with you. I'm like, what the fuck are you, a cancer patient or something? What the fuck you think this is, Halloween? So you up here talking about the whole wigs and shit? Now, granted, she was fine. She was fine, but here's my thing. I ain't trying to motherfucking go to a motherfucking chick's house and she got a whole bunch of hair hats standing up on mannequin heads and shit when I walk into her bedroom. Give people long enough to speak, and they will tell on themselves every fucking time. I'm like, fellas, just be calm, just be patient. Just like Sun Tzu said in The Art of War. Never show the person that your adversary, never show them your full hand. Never wear your emotions on your sleeve. Silence is golden. When you just sit back and just let them just let it out, then you'll see what's up with their true character. With their true character, not the character that they portray, but their true character. And red flag number 7. Red flag number 7. She's a smoker. Okay? And you know how I feel about smokers. I ain't trying to kiss a goddamn woman whose breath smells like fucking car exhaust. You know what I'm saying? If you're a woman and you smoking all the time, that's very damn masculine. Very masculine. And that means you don't care about your health, which leads me to red flag number 9. She doesn't work out like that. She doesn't work out 1/3 as much as I do. I work out every motherfucking day. This woman is talking about, oh, well, I don't work out. I might work out once a month or something. One day out of the month? But you smoke every day though, right? Red flag number 8. I really wish that I didn't notice so many things sometimes. I really wish I could be as obtuse as a lot of people out here because ignorance is bliss, apparently. But goddamn, man. Goddamn. And it be like that every time you go on dates and you meet people and then they go on and they continue to just further prove me right. I don't like making these videos like that, talking, speaking ill of others or whatever. But goddamn, if you didn't give me nothing to talk about, if you just gave me something good to talk about, like some good traits, I would speak about the good traits. But I don't see the good traits in what they bringing out here, because all they bringing is bills and stress and used box. Anyway, man, I just had to goddamn put that story out here as far as like, you know, what they on and all that shit, man. I just had to keep it 100, you know. So watch out for the red flags, fellas, because you never know. You never know. And hell, if you talk about a woman who's been married before, if she got a divorce or a couple of divorces under her belt, do yourself a favor. Ask about the details of the divorce, or just tell her, just be like, oh, you was divorced. Oh yeah, tell me about that. If you don't mind. And usually, a woman will be comfortable to tell the story of the divorce. Now, take notes of what she's saying in the divorce. If she doesn't take any responsibility at all for the divorce, that's a red flag. If she's always using the term narcissist, oh, he was a narcissist. If they're using that term a million times, that's totally avoiding responsibility. You know, if she has nothing but ill things to say about all of her exes, take notes. So keep your head on the swivel, fellas. I just want the best for y'all, and I just want to see y'all happy, man. Don't pick the wrong one because you're listening to your dick instead of your brain. Anyway, once again, it's your friends, your band in 100 grand, Doc G. Fair winds and following seas, man. Signing out. Peace.